Hey there YouTube. Well, today I noticed this 2010 Ford Fusion. Really not the car to go yay about. What's interesting about it is that it has 101,000 miles. This is the SEL model, and since it doesn't say V6, I'd assume this is a 4-cylinder. I think this is the most mileage I've ever seen in a 2010 Fusion. Let's start this one up. It's a cold start. Sounded quite well at startup. Well, I've done Fusions before, so I don't know if I should reiterate interior quality over again. I'll just do it again anyways. Ford did rather well with many areas of the interior. Many soft touch surfaces, for example, such as on top of the dashboard, everything is soft touch. A little compartment area above. You have your hazards, display for the radio and climate control. Radio's down here, has in-6 disc. This one's also equipped with Microsoft Sync. Here's the climate control. It is dual zone. You have a power outlet down below. Ambient lighting. That's what this button over here is. You can see the little ring right around the cup holder. As soon as I push it, it changes color. The mood lighting. And you can see in the footwell, there's an LED there, both sides, and to the back seat you'll have some more mood lighting. So I love that. Left compartment, fairly average sized. It's not too bad. And you have a little space over here to shove the owner's manual and get everything out of the way. Shuts evenly. Rather dirty, but yeah, this area here is soft touch, but the lid is hard. Rest of the center console area, it's kind of low rent really. This car is equipped with a 6-speed automatic. I believe it's the 6F35 transmission. For some reason, I've heard of valve body issues in many of these Fusions with low mileage, even into the 3-liter Duratec engine. The Fusion Sport, which uses the 3.5-liter V6, that one comes with an Aisin transmission, and it's proven more reliable. It's likely after the repair is done on the valve body, the issue is rectified. It's likely something that just affects the 2010 models. I haven't heard anything about the 2011s being affected yet. Maybe early 2010s, because those are the ones that most gave issues. We can put it in drive and see what happens. It's not clunking around, so it sounds like this transmission's fine. A lot of times with a faulty valve body, you can get the transmission to start clunking once you force it in drive like that. Here's the rest of the center console. Not too sure-footed. It jiggles around a little bit. More mood lighting inside. You can see it's in the magenta color. Aux jack, USB, again, power outlet. There's another little section. It drops right down. Little tray. The lid is a bit sturdy, and it is quite soft up above with the exposed stitching, so it's not too bad. Again, this one's equipped with Microsoft Sync. I'm not going to make that one start yapping at me. Cruise control, radio controls. Steering wheel does tilt and telescope manually once you dislatch it. Steering wheel's nicely thick, exposed stitching, leather wrapped, so it's decently sized. I forgot to show off the stability control button right there. This is where you turn it on or off. Little tray here, comes right out. Works great as a coin holder. Headlamps, panel dim. You can see brightness is fluctuating. Dislatch the trunk. And information. I'm going to reset right there for a moment. Distance to empty, average MPGs, you can see. You guys get the idea. This car has the Sony audio system, so it ought to have a rather decent stereo. Door panel is soft touch up above, nicely padded. Sides, armrest as well, nicely plush here. Window lock, power windows, power locks, power mirrors. Though, the lower sections of the door panel, while it does have a cup holder over here, it's quite low rent. You can see this plastic does scratch up quite badly. So yeah. This driver's seat is electric. You can see it tilts. Electric backrest. Lumbar support. So let's take a look under the hood in a moment. Check out the back seat and the trunk. But before I get to that, here's your sun visor, mirror, and vanity light. You can see it's nicely plush. It doesn't feel that low rent. Holder for the sunglasses. This is something I've always felt could have been better made. Feels cheaply built. Lighting fixtures, and to open the sunroof. It does open and close automatically, if you wish. And here's the passenger side. Sun visor with its mirror and vanity light. Oh, I forgot to show off. Once you dislatch it, you can pull it outwards if you like. Slide it out, block more of the sun, as it says right there on the cover of the mirror. Oh shit handles on all four doors, so yeah. Many cars are losing oh shit handles, but this car still preserves all four of them. Now let's go into the back seat. Materials follow through into the back seat. When it comes to the door panel, nothing changes. Everything nicely padded up until the lower sections of the door panel, which cheapen right up. And I'm 6'1". The seat was adjusted to my liking, and you can see loads of rear seat legroom. You can't complain at all. Let me at least sit in here so you guys get an idea. I'm rather comfortable here. You can see the mood lighting right there. Again, magenta color, LEDs. Lighting fixtures right up here on the roof. Funny thing, this fixture has been around since 2000. They still carry that into 2010. Here's the armrest. The inserts for the cup holders came out. Again, dual cup holders. I was never a fan of this design of cup holders. I felt they could have just whitened it slightly and leave the cup holders up front a little bit, and not these cup holders positioned diagonally, because then you have this huge hunk of plastic in the way, which does get in the way of elbow comfort on top of the armrest. You can see, not very comfortable having a hunk of plastic right there in your way. You only have this little soft section right there. So yeah, I always found that quite clumsy. But the rear seat is quite plush, it's comfortable. So no one should complain when it comes to rear seat comfort, aside from that clumsy armrest. Trunk space is just generous. You ought to be nuts to complain about the trunk being small because it's large. Pull this cover up and you have your spare tire. Tools are to the side. So yeah, the seats do fold down. Just pull these levers. Just push it over there and it will just tumble down. There we go, I didn't even have to do it. You can see the rather large Sony speakers. Yeah, 24.5 watts, they're not much of a big deal. But yeah, it shouldn't sound too bad. There are disc brakes, and these are 17-inch wheels. Mirrors are heated, you can see the symbol right there. And this is the 2.5 liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder and variable valve timing. It's not a bad engine. It's just an ugly looking engine. You can see this car does have bug damage, so it's likely this bumper needs to be repainted. Another reason why I'm not a fan of huge chrome grills. They get quite ugly, especially here in the south. And you can see the keyless entry over here. It's always been a Ford thing to have that, even since the late 80s. Well, let's turn off this AC and give this Fusion a good rev. It does have a 6K rev limiter. $101,000 miles and it sounds great. Well, you guys get the idea. Let's do an exhaust shot.